Wah, 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 wah. Dun 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 dun. Man, I was somewhere else yesterday. I was so fricked up. Dang. I was angry on top of everything else. God fucking it. God damn. Getting hit with a coffee pit pasta that knocked me off my socks. Or knocked my socks off, I guess. More like it. It's a day of the week. It's always a day of the week. Strange, ain't it? A day ending in Y. More like every day. Drives a man to think. It drives a man to think. Look in the mirror and ponder ponderously. I want to, baby. No, no, it's boop. Boop, boop. Dang. I have so many difficulties of late with keeping my language straight. I keep pulling two words at once and I overlap them. Like radioactive and nuclear. And it goes rucular. Ugh. I feel like a very, very broken Markov chain. It just can't keep it straight. Can't keep the story straight no more. Bap, bap, bap. What the fuck? AO3 is out of beta? Jesus Christ, this open beta has been since 2009. Well, dang. What a concept! Badge for being there early. But nobody's showing up. Where's the crowd? Where's the audience? Everyone having their Easter day. Thinking about Jesus. We can go do one of you take responsibility if you want to talk about Jesus. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge, not quite that way. Whoa. I now remember what to do in the kitchen. Hold on one moment. There we go. Wow. Alright. Now, the song is cute, but Inko's theme is actually kind of terrible for just generic listing. Or at least as a background ditty. Bad ditty. It's not so fast, so smooth that it works as a background Honolulu. So we're gonna find something else. You know, I own the Hyperlight Drifter soundtrack. Would any of these work? Sure, why not? So I feel like I have to explain something that's well worth explaining, because it is a fair argument to raise against me, and an argument, therefore, must be explored. I have, at multiple times, in last stream videos, etc., have complained about the fact that this fic really doesn't feel like it wants to use Anon, and it doesn't want to use... Like, Anon and Anon are terrible names close together, by the way. Bears repeating. But I complain about the fact that it really feels like these two should not be in the same room as they are. And it really... And I don't like the changes, because I don't think that Anon should be exposed to this. And now, here's the big magic trick, right? Here's the sleight of hand that makes this a fair argument. Because, on the other hand, I've also said that I want something different. I want something new, I want something fresh. I want things to change, I want things to be dynamic. So why would I be against the core idea of Barrel O Mous, but also want things to be different? Shouldn't I want Barrel O Mous to be as it is? And the answer is no. Because I have to turn the music off, because I need my optimum focus here. Maximum, optimalized, caramelized focus. I think that it's weird how many of these fics don't actually have all that much change beforehand. So, mechanically speaking, this is just the Snoot Game entry point. Nothing has mechanically changed about Anon as a person, like his history is different, but none of it means anything. We've still ended up with the same Anon. It is not a variant of Anon that has gotten to this point differently. It is like, Anon lived his normal life up until this point, and then he got a sister, and he happens to have all these memories. And it doesn't feel like Anon as a person is different as a result. There is still a lot of resistance and hesitance. She is way more meaningful in the present than she is in the past, and it creates this sense of, why'd you use them? Because at this point, right, it's like you could start earlier in the timeline and establish some stuff and build from there and give yourself that understanding. But instead, it's just, this is Snoot Game again, but we're starting with a twist, and the twist doesn't make sense if it exists only in the time in which the fic itself takes place. And it's really stupid and weird, and I don't like it. Because at that point, using Anon is terrible. Like, he gets in the way. The man is laying on the tracks, on the train tracks. And you're not acknowledging the fact that you have to slow down to work with it. I would like this, but I feel like the Anon that comes out the other end of this should be different. And so much history gets referenced, and so much of it I'm like, how did you end up here anyway? Like, Anon as a person should not be the same person if all of this actually happened. How did none of this change him meaningfully? And if it did, why aren't we focusing and building on that? And again, and I think this is well worth repeating, his sister feels way too mature compared to Anon. It's every time they're in the same room together, I'm like, she's 25 and he's 18. Or I'm like, she's 18 and he's like 13. It never clicks in my head that the two of them are of the same level of maturity, considering how much work she does. And it's so weird how much she has all these, like, oh, I'm just like my mom. I'm thinking about my mom. I like my mom. There's a weird energy going around the room where it feels like these two characters only exist together because it's the gimmick, but not to be cohesively part of the same, I wish my language was better. But there's a difference between writing a script and having to do things off the top of your head. Anyway, let's get to the actual chapter. What the fucking hell? Ow, ow, ow. Why is my body ripping itself apart? Oh, right. I might have joined the track stream. I'm baffled that managed to work. I feel like OG Anna will be a bit more hesitant to change his life. Especially, like, becoming a jock. When it's implied and mentioned that, like, he never attends gym class in the base game, and now he just does. He's good at throwing. Out of nowhere. Just because he's a human. And I'm like, fair, but the man is a wet poo noodle. He can't throw. He throws controllers, not javelins. Fuck, that makes sense. My back, ass! Legs and arms start to scream as I slowly get out of bed. It's a small miracle I'm not even headbutting the ground currently. That's a terrible sentence. Please do it. Try again. That's how bad I feel. Damn. I thought you fell onto the ground because you felt bad. It was always implied that, like, Anon just didn't want to exist. And getting out of bed was something he did because someone else would yell at him if he didn't. Creaks and pops sound out as I make my way up. Maybe I'll just call in sick today. Maybe I can avoid getting to class and go to the track team entirely. How does he ever think that would work? His sister is right there who's been with him through thick and thin. This is a thought that lonely Anon would have. This is not a thought that Anon, who is constantly exposed to his sister character, would. Yes, he skips PE, and in this one, he just like, oh, Anon, you're so good at throwing, you should join the track team over it. And I'm like, no, none of this would happen unless you change Anon, and you're not. We're forced to assume that it's the same person. But it's not. It's like a sleight of hand, but I can see the trick happen. You're not even hiding it. Oh, Anon, get your ass up. I got breakfast for you. Please, God, let it be protein. Rickety ass continuing to pop. If your ass is popping, buddy, that's called a fart. I shuffle it to the kitchen. Aina stands by the oven as she hums some song while I smell delicious, thankfully delicious bacon. Only her tail points at me with a little jab. I don't like how much her tail does. Like, to some extent, I get it, but it's so... It feels more like an insecurity about the character than it does a character trait. You know? It's like, bitch, you have hands. And feet that are hands. Up and Adam Dork, you're gonna need as much energy as possible if you want to go to a track. Wait, she's not tired at all? Okay, of course she isn't. She's wholly unbothered by the physical demands of our time yesterday. Check it out, the clubs. Fucking genetics. Why's God curse me so? Well, you know, you use his name in vain. That tends not to help. If you're religious, at least. Because you suck. My sister grins at me on my shoulder. Now quit bitching and eat up. I got coffee and breakfast made. Lunch will be ready soon enough. Why lunch? Is it Sunday, Sunday, Sunday? The urge to resist is strong, but also food. I'm too simple a man for this shit. So what's the plot? Okay, I only did one chapter. We did the other two chapters earlier. But in the last chapter, I think they just showed up to school. Oh, let me actually look this up, because I need you to understand, I don't think all that much actually happened. I think for all intents and purposes, it just spun its wheels for like 30 minutes. Which is impressive, all things considered. Let's see, the laundromat, awkward day at school. Yeah, they went to Spears. Spears told them to go look at some clubs. Then Naomi showed up. Naomi showed up exclusively so Anon could tell her to go fuck herself. And then he complains, why don't I tell anyone to fuck themselves? It's really weird how Anon at once, like, talks about his sister doing exactly what he already did. It's really weird. And then they just checked out clubs. They went to the track team. It didn't go well. They did the throwing. Then they went to the gardening club. It was nothing. Like, it didn't do all that much. It's really weird. I'm going to put my little beans down and make a comment that I think a lot of novice writers are going to stumble over very easily. I understand that if you're writing a new thing, you're very interested in writing that character a lot more, like you're adding a character to a world. Your XP or import or OC, you're going to put more emphasis on that. If the plot doesn't really need any of that, don't do it. Like, you can just hint at stuff and bring it up as it becomes relevant. Make a little list for yourself and implement it over time as it becomes usable or you need some dead space to fill. But the way this does it is so clumsy. Like, remember how in Snook Game, Anon's backstory, as limited as it is, really gets like kind of drip fed to you. It's not a fast thing. She also has studio for sisters that I don't think it's a studio. I think it's implied that there are multiple rooms in the apartment. You know how sweat hurts like hell when it hits your eyes? When the sweat hits your eye like a big pizza pie, that's exercise. I sure didn't until today. I'm impressed you didn't until today. I got the impression that you're the kind of person that sweats like fucking crazy. Oh wait, I forgot to put the window. I'm surprised that you don't sweat like crazy, Anon. I feel like you should already be familiar with this concept. When the moon hits your eye. Here I am. Oh, hold on. I need to resize this window a little. It's not properly aligned with the side of my screen. Here I am once more on the track, trying my fucking best not to pass out like a little bitch. And I sure as hell can't let anyone call me out for being the poor, skinny, trying his best to keep up with the rest of them. Also, last time I learned about that track and field apparently includes the throwing things. School was mid as hell today. How the fuck would you ever consider it even mid? Isn't like the half of your life ain't on avoiding things like school? Nothing standing out besides the odd eye or two in class. Ina and I are going to be the odd ones out of this place for the foreseeable future. At least it isn't a full year, but Christ, all these dodgers want something new to ogle at. Man, I'm being pissy from the workout, aren't I? I'm still baffled that he bothered to join. Like, I understand that his sister probably provided some pressure to it, but I feel that should be a conversation to have, right? That's the scene. Not they go around shopping for things. It's, hey, Anon, I can't help but notice you're good at the sport. You're going to join it because you need it. And he's like, no, I don't want this. And that's the pressure. Actually, apparently also javelin throwing and hammer throwing. Like, track and field is apparently the throwing stuff, too. I thought it was always just running, relay races and stuff. Or the dashes. Muscles continue to give themselves a shoulder, though it is really made much of a comment, besides asking when I will get back to the javelin throw. But Nasa made sure I was out here as well. Not really sure why I have to do this instead of just living up to my name as Spear Chucker, but I guess I can live with what the big man says. Again, this is the man who skipped PE in the main game. And now he's just doing all this? I guess? Speaking of which, the captain of my new sports club right up next to me. His own laps around the track while I'm pacing mine by a wide margin. Thankfully, he seems to encourage me every time he laps me. You can go right on. Narcissus, small smile. Why does it have to be small? Why can't he be a big smiler? Why can't he be a happy boy? Seems genuine as he jogs lightly next to me. Quite enough. Cool, glad to hear it. An awkward bit of silence sits between us. Why is it sitting there? You're going on a run. Hey, mind if I just talk? You were already? Shit, was my jog that slow? Oh. I sigh while resuming a normal walk. He slows his own jogging in place next to me. I was trying to jog. I thought he said talk, not walk. Whoops. Oh. Topaz eyes. Stop calling him handsome. Blink before shrugging. Topaz, like, calling someone's eye gemstones is like, that's flattering. That's flirting. That's not a thing you say about the guy friend you don't have romantic interest in. I get that it's a color, but for fuck's sake, man. Well, you'll improve with time. Yeah, sure thing, Matt. Oh, well, I'm at it. I'll become the smartest man in the world, too. So why am I running this crap instead of doing the javelins? I wave a sweat-soaked arm at the opposite end of the fields where the others are practicing. I thought my training would focus on that instead of running. The NASA route. Yeah, too many. This is like the second fic where I'm like, this is obviously like you can't do this, man. Where's fucking Fang? Hold on, let's read the text. Are we doing a Fang ship? Apparently, but Fang hasn't done anything so far. Would Aina even be like, I want you to be near that girl? Like, wouldn't she be like, hey, Anon, how about you get a real girlfriend instead of that weirdo? Nasa chuckles, then motions me over to the side of the track. I follow along, grateful that we end up in the shade near a bench that he walked towards. The green cooler next to it is popped open, and I'm thrown a crisp sports drink. First, drink that up. I did some reading up last night and saw that your humans sweat way more than us, so I need to keep you hydrated. Electrolytes. The sweat contains salt, and you need salt. Among other things. I sexually appreciate it. At least he's looking out for me. I nod my thanks before chugging the drink. Holy Christ, that felt good. Oh God, my spleen. Once I finish my drink, Nancy motions for me to follow along. We keep walking the track a bit, and he regales me with what he wants me to do. Small warming. Why is... Okay, listen. Okay? Between this and living memories, why the fuck are so many of these fics that introduce Anon to the concept of running so hyper-obsessed with him immediately picking shit up? Yeah, they already called out the racism, and they went, no, it's fine. And I'm like, bitch, Anon is a wet towel. Why would his throwing be anywhere near worth mentioning? I understand natural talent, but Anon has none of that. The man beefed up in the army, yes, but But I don't like this. I just feel like every single time this happens, whatever it's with Amber or someone else, it's just like, stop, please. Why do you write your character sweating all the time? Can't we just have a light, healthy exercise for once? Why does it always have to be comedy? What the fuck am I doing? Okay, followed by weird descriptions that have to do with the javelins. Arm rotations, lift, windmills, and other stuff. What the fuck am I doing in windmill? What does that even mean? I just don't get this fucking shit. Don't worry, man. It'll make sense in time. Huh. Mind reader. Also, Anon's muttering in this is, like, way worse than usual. Still, he seems to care enough that he wants to help out. I think I'll call Nasser a decent guy, then. I mean, he's not the one that forced you to do this. That was your sister, so. His right hand has the muscle of vigorous training. He must look like a charger from Left 4 Dead. Yeah, but you need so much more. Like, throwing is things like posture and, like, upper body strength, because I'm pretty sure you have to twist and you know, deal with recoil and the like. There's a lot more to it than just your fucking arm. So, like, I can understand someone like Nasser has difficulty throwing because his wing is quite literally in the way. Like, those wings are in the way of a throw no matter how you twist it. So your older sister joined the gardening club then? Yeah, it happened entirely because the only other characters that exist in this are there, and the main, and I don't know, she could have done anything else really, but she seemed happier though. Else she went to climb the tree right away when we were getting there. Again, there's a weird undertone of like racial stereotyping that feels super fucking weird. Can I just point out that this is like between Anon and her, we're doing a lot of stereotyping, and I get it. It's human and monkey compared to, like, you know, skin color, but, you know, people who complain about the orcs are supposed to be black people. This really feels like it's trying to do that, and it's tripping over its own 2 feet, not understanding it's doing it at all. Older sister. Oh, yeah! Why would it be older sister? That's such a Chinese thing to say. Or like you're from one of those countries where that's more common, you know? You address your sister as Cheche instead of Didi. Is it Cheche? It's Cheche, right? Shit. No, I don't know. Brown scales nodding. The rest of him stayed still. His entire crest clipped through his body. Like, again, there's so many, like, purple pros, look at how cool and smart I am, sections that are just like, bitch, you ain't. The Charo looked out to where my sister would be at the time of day with the club members. It'd be nice to have you both here, honestly. She seemed like the naturally athletic sort. Honestly, I'm just wondering, I thought recruiting you in on, we could have her, but, like, fuck. Then we just have you. Damn. I would like that. But no, we get none of that, because everyone's plans are flawless and always work out, and I fucking hate it. That's not writing. That's not conflict. You can't have an obvious conflict in front of you and just invent one on the side because you're terrified of actually doing something. Not like I wasn't used to this kind of treatment. Thought a conversation only for Anna to take it over. You literally did the opposite with Naomi yesterday. But it was annoying all the same. You look back at me with a shrug. Oh well, can't give the monkeys out of the tree, right? I pause at his off comment. Okay, listen. I find this very cute, but Anon, you're a fucking racist! Your sister beat the shit out of you over this! You can't suddenly be like, oh my god, you can't do this shit if you're also, as the writer, constantly validating the racism. Okay? Do we not understand that you can't slice this cake both ways? Nasser was competitive instead. I mean, I don't think Nasser has it in him. I think he's too much of a soft pudding boy. What the fuck? I feel the anger hit my face, and then notice that he's smiling in that same comforting way, like he had no idea how he sounded. Okay, can we just okay, listen, can we just fucking stop for 5 seconds? We're talking about Anon here, right? I understand that it's you're talking about my sister, asshole. Anon goes online and almost certainly has unapologetically, with no restraint, no hesitation whatsoever, said N-word equivalents to people's faces online. I understand that this might come up, but I feel like this should have come up way earlier in his life. Especially not with Nasser of all people. Especially since Nasser knows Naomi, and Naomi seems like the kind of person to step on your toes over that. Is my man stupid or is she just good at hiding this? But beside that, I think we can make you stir the Javelin members. Oh, you ended yourself yesterday. You're gonna go far, man. Man, that's a shit fucking pun. God, so like that to me or Anna. So, Fang's your sister, huh? Fang blinks at Nasa blinks at the shift, not sharply. Yeah, they are my sibling. Fuck, it's gotta be confusing to put up with. If Anna pulled that shit on me, I might just laugh so hard I grew a set of abs. I guess some of my old clothes to complete the look. You can't say this after this. Like, I understand that there's a degree of like sibling teasing going on, but I feel like cognizance should. I understand you can make that a character trait, but I feel like if you're gonna make that a character trait, you gotta be. Maybe. Is this the story for that, though? What we're talking about again? I like how Anon is, like, thinking about his sister being a guy after calling Nasser's topaz eyes. Listen, I understand that, like, homosexuality is almost certainly not intended, but... Bitch! I can see where you're looking. Oh, you're right, the sibling shit. Anyway, why does this band always... So, does that band always sound like that? Nasser sighs heavily, more like a growl as he looks away. Why don't you just call it a growl, then? Why do you have to do this contrasting thing? Look, I want to say thanks for how you told me everything those assholes said during lunch today. But can we not talk about how they sound? It means a lot to them. What a weird change. Fine. Mutter. We continue to walk the track for a few more minutes. This awkward stretch of quiet is too much to handle even for me. Hopefully they'll come back to school tomorrow. I hope so. Yeah, I get it, being the little brother and having to worry about your sister. Anon, my sister is, like, actually a year older than me. Unlike you, where you're just, like, being a fucking weirdo about it. Senator, that's what I meant. Like, mechanically, this story pretends that nothing about Anon has changed. But he does have a past that didn't do anything. And she means a lot, and she does a lot, but only after the story has started. It's like she's a prop that gets brought up, and he keeps acknowledging that she was there, but mechanically, narratively, like, practically, she did not exist before this story started. Everything else is just Snoot Game. As it was. And it's fucking stupid. Like, fucking live up your plot. Live up your setting. Your little changes. Make them important. Make them meaningful. Play with them. Have Anon comment on how he was dressed as a little girl because his older sister, like, always lorded it over him. And he was too much of a weakling to go along with it. And when he got to elementary school, she stood up for him. And as a result, you know, he has this weird obsession with exerting his power online. He is an online troll because compared to his sister, it's the only way he can ever exert power on his environment. Like, that kind of stuff. Like, you can make him the same person, but for different reasons. But we don't fucking get that. Also, not only a single child, but also, like, he's not as isolated. He has someone to talk to. He has, like, a social life, even if it's just one person. That changes everything. There is an ocean of difference between being completely alone and having at least one person. I'm treated to a small look from the side as he considers me. This careful evaluation, and he eventually nods. Evaluation eventually should not be that close together. Yeah, I remember too. It's about hearing shit, I mean. I say. We talked at lunch. I like how we're referencing the conversation that happened in Snoot Game, but is only implied to happen in this one. Like, I get it, but also, why don't you just remove that conversation entirely, move it to this point, summarize it, and then make it part of the larger conversation, instead of making it this weird split talk. When we talked about it at lunch, it looked like you were ready to plop a blood vessel in your head. It certainly felt like it. Shit, talk about stress. Took it for a few more by digging my elbow into his rib. Fucking sisters. Am I right, gamers? His beak opens and closes a few times. Oh, hell, I fucked it up, didn't I? Good job, Anon, you idiot. You were just talking about a sister with him. Whatever. Siscon time. I would love it. I think we all know that an older sister would make Anon at least 5% more homosexual / transsexual, and we can work with that. We're not doing the pre-patch Axel story from SF6. Get this man out of here. If it was like this in my own head, what was it like for him? Fucking Christ, it sounded like a minefield that got refreshed every morning when you woke up. One wrong one, boom, you got a fight in your hand. Fuck. Talking with Anna was like that sometimes. Mostly it was her yapping about, you have to study, little bro. You should go out and be more productive. No, dude. Fucking siblings, I guess. Just to make you feel like you're constantly messing up somehow. I guess. Sometimes it gets a bit rough. Yeah, it does. Rather than dig my hole any deeper, it seems like time to shut up. I like how Nasser isn't like breaking off, even though they're running on the. Why you gotta call me that, man? Why you gotta call me that? And no, I do not. I can only assume. I can only assume. Listen, you can pretend to know everything, and people will never call you out, and they'll think you're the coolest guy because it's like, oh man, you know everything. I'm tired, man. But am I tired for all the right reasons or all the wrong reasons? No, I'm tired because of all the stupid reasons. All right, clear my head, focus my chakras. Let's move on. Man, this song. Where are the energetic songs in my soundtrack? Not social joy to quiet. After a little chat, I got more over there with Nasser's like, fuck you, author. You never, ever, ever, ever write this out. I understand what you're trying to say here, but like, one, you're a fan fiction, which means that inherently, you know, you need to rephrase this. You need to contextualize this. Why does Anon give a shit about knowing about Nasser? I said I wasn't quite relating as I thought I could. Because you and your sister are getting along fine. There's some mild frustration, but you can never know everything. Like Sage's gender. Something mortals were not meant to know. Little steps. At least I know he's kind of chill. For arriving at the javelin section, he was... Well, I signed up for this. You can leave. It's high school. Nobody fucking cares if you decide to run off like a coward. So run, Anon. Run. Run off like the coward you were meant to be. Okay. Okay, so I mentioned this last time. I'm gonna mention it again. I have serious issues with Ana being called Ana. Ana is a Spanish name! I said it before, and I'll say it again. This and Amber are like, Jesus fucking Christ, are you retarded? Are you an idiot? Are you stupid baby brain? Spanish people aren't stupid. They're not idiots. They share certain concepts. Linguistically, I mean. God damn. Or is it so fucking hard for you to conceptualize that languages can have overlap? Hot damn. And if I may, hot dog. Is it supposed to... No, It's Anastasia. And Anastasia is with one N specifically. So, Anna. Rosa starts off. How do you like the schools? How do you like the school so far? Oh, it's been great. As smart as my latest friends of gal pals. My fellow gardening club members was such a good bunch. I shared class with Stella, and we managed to get along perfectly after getting to know each other proper. Buen. Isn't it bueno? Isn't it fucking bueno? Hold up. Is that really proper? Because I was always told it's bueno. Well, Google Translate gives me bueno. Because I'm pretty sure that's like that's a non-gendered, like, can you even do that? Like, I don't think you can do, like, non-gender conjugated adjectives like that. We are very glad to have you join us. Yeah, it's nice to have an extra set of hands. And you know what you're doing? It's really weird how you're, like, athletic, and you're health conscious, and you're studious, and you can climb, and you're good at gardening. And also, you're good at handling Anon's emotions like a good mom. You're so many things. It's really weird. They tried, and Latinx became a slur. Anastasia Mous, yes. And you're not, like, kidding. I've been told that, like, a lot of, like, Latino and Latina people are, like, genuinely like, bitch, that's not how this works. You can't just say that. If we are, we're gonna be the ones to make it up. Because it's our language. But I don't know, man. I don't live in America. So I'm just operating off what trickles down through the grapevine. So I might be wrong. I do know that some people feel that it's, like, needlessly specific. Too bad we couldn't have both you and Anon join us. They would have doubled our numbers. Wow, that's... How the fuck does a club with 2 members stay open? I guess because, you know, they're also detention, but... Yeah, I check a little bit. I'm feeling a bit down. I know Ronnie was right to want to do his own thing, and I was happy to want to... So he joined it out of his own free... Can we just have Anon do something that makes sense for fucking once? Who is this Anon? Why isn't he someone else? I'm gonna call him Sebastian. Okay? If he does one more thing where I'm like, that's not Anon, we're gonna call him Sebastian going forward, because this is not Anon. This is some completely separate person. But I thought we wanted him close by to make sure it was okay. We were both in a new place with new faces, so what could I do to make sure he was going to succeed? It's part of the reason I'm out here, isn't it? Anna? Rosa nudges me slightly, her drawn-out pronunciation to catch my attention. Oh my god, you're such a fucking... And then she just uses the W word. We all know what I mean. She's like, throws out a casual slur, and Rosa's like, what the fuck are you talking about? Oh, you know, you can't say my name right, because, you know, you're so stupid. You can't say English names. English names are too hard for you. You cute little girl. God damn. Author man, for fuck's sake. I get it. And it's cute for Anon, because Anon isn't a fucking name. That's why she doesn't say it right, because it's not a proper fucking name. And honestly, it might also, like, I don't know 4chan. It might just be a reference to how Spanish 4chaners say it. It might even be that. It doesn't translate to everyone else. What is wrong? Oh, nothing. Nothing at all. That certainly means something. But we don't push if you don't want us to. Stella adds. Rosa flicks her gaze from me to the stego. Not in a more gentle manner. I look between them both. It certainly feels like you're being sincere, and they want to help the way out. So I think I can trust you too. That's what friends are for. I know these people for like 5 days, and I'm gonna trust them with the fact that I have a weird period. Every time I have my period, like an eldritch monster crawls out and tries to kill someone. It's so weird. It's so kooky. I'm such a crazy girl. I'm just kind of weird about Anon. I mean, he's so himself, like in a lonely kind of way. It's really weird. Like, he now has a friend, and I hate it. I hate it that he has a friend, and he has a boyfriend. He keeps calling him his boyfriend. And he keeps saying that Nasser has those beautiful golden eyes. It's so weird. Oh my god, I don't want Anon to be a faggot. And then once again, they're like, what the fuck are you on? How am I supposed to marry my brother? We're gonna go to Oklahoma. You're allowed to marry your brother there, but I can't do that if he's a fag. Oh. Now that'd be a fucking twist. That'd be a goddamn twist. I do appreciate that Stella is implicitly going against Rosa, which is something so fucking missing from these fics, is that people have these casual mismatching priorities. Like, this doesn't happen. Like, tiny fucking detail, hugely important to making people feel like separate people. Oh, but he has you. I'm sure he does, but I'm his twin. He'll always have me, and I always have him. But I'm worried about him. He's just, you know, he's just a lot more reserved than I am. He seems to be fine walking around us yesterday. That's because he was putting on such a big boy face. He was putting on a big boy brave face, you know. I mean, he's just 12 years old. I thought he was in senior year. Yeah, he's just a 12-year-old in senior year. Such a little boy. There's photos in my hand as I rolled them slightly in an annoyed manner. What the fuck does that mean? Are you annoyed at your fists? Or is it annoying to roll up your fists? Like, come on, bitch. That's not how this language works. Anna's always been good at keeping things hidden under the surface. He took that from Dad. Ugh, little world's always so sweaty. See, younger brothers and sisters can be a handful of sometimes. Hermana na mano. How did? Oh, hell, I mumbled that aloud, didn't I? You sure did. It's really fucking creepy how both of you have this weird trait where you just tell everyone your thoughts. Why don't you just learn to communicate like fucking adults? Also, it's worth pointing out that Anon's mumbling exists almost entirely because Anon as a character does not talk out loud and does not communicate like an adult. It doesn't make sense to put that on fucking Anon! How is this genetic? Shit, I think I got from Anon. I think both Anon and I got from Dad. All this mumbling. I hate this so much. It's such a fucking crutch. It works for Anon because he doesn't talk. It doesn't work for normal people. Like, I get the idea of having someone who tells the truth when they don't mean to, but for Anon, it was kind of subtle, and you could miss it. And here, it's just like you get slapped with it. It's always a big, fat, meaty hand to the side of your face. Like you're in a fucking slap fight. At least I've better handle than Anon. It takes me days and days to let stuff slip out. For my brother, why do you have this many secrets? Aww. You said something special that is beautiful to see. Truly something muy bonita. If you think that, you should hear what Anon thinks. What Lonnie thinks. I titter because we can't stop fucking tittering because Samantha titters and now every woman has to titter. My tail twitching is amusing as I look at them. It's so easy to pick on him when he gets his thoughts and he doesn't way more often than me. He can't cut anything. I'm just going to tell you all about my brother's weakness that will allow you to exploit him and read his mind and be uncomfortably communicative with him. I'm just going to tell you how you can... Listen, if you want to make sure that he falls over dead, you just hit him on the back of the head. He'll just fall over dead, just like that. He's also vulnerable to silver bullets. Why are you telling them this? You've known them for 5 days! Ha! I can easily tell my siblings have do something they want to hide. They act all guilty and completely shocked when you call them out. Yes! So she says C, but now she's perfectly content just saying yes as an exclamation. Suddenly and specific. Like, what is her fucking linguistic quirk? I always thought it was because she had, like, these brief moments of, like, she's too excited to speak English because she natively speaks Spanish. So it's the first language that comes up quickly. But you can't have an interruption like this be English. As a result, like, what is her quirk? Is she just a fucking idiot? Is she just being cute? Because that's fine, but you have to be clear. So, when they try to make sure they don't accept to hurt themselves, they do it anyway and they get angry. As a shitty writer, we can solve this problem by giving them psychic powers and accidentally project her attraction to Anon on everyone else. Oh my god. And then Rosa says da the next time instead of yes. I would love that. What a stupid fucking twist that would be. It turns out Rosa was actually a Russian spy all along. For Mother Russia. Both of us calculus will lean onto each other. Our weight critics in any position fall to the ground. Goodness, how many do you have? Just 3 brothers and 2 little sisters. She's the oldest, big number. I would like to remind you that we still do not know who the fuck Ana is going to be shipped with, and we have not seen Fang in over a chapter or 2. Which is really weird considering how little we've done with her. How about Dayis, we go to Da Things and enjoy ourselves a nice shitpost. A nice little YouTube poop. With 6 kids running around, in and I were twins, difference was enough, I guess we were siblings, blah blah blah. I'm jealous I'm an only child, we were Stella grumble. Me and Maman. What the fuck is Maman? Why is your mom Maman? Listen, I'm not here to tell you how to live your life, okay? But your mom should not be a demon. Especially not the... Which one? Fuck, which one was... God, which one was Maman again? Was he greed? Gluttony, right? Hold on, let's look it up. Nah, shit, he's greed. The Gospel of Matthew and the Gospel of Luke both quote Jesus using the word in a phrase rendered in English, often you cannot serve both God and Mammon. Ugh. I can't believe Arthur Kitten Boywife did it. I wish I could give you like a little medal or something. Like slap a little medal on you. That'd be great. I can't believe Stella associates... I mean, I guess she does do tarot. She really is on the gateway drug to worshipping demons and summoning Satan and going like, hey, Satan, you want to have a party? And Satan's like, hell yeah. Today was boring paperwork day. I would love a human party on Earth with Earthlings. And then it's not unusual to be loved by anyone starts playing. And they have a great time. Now there's an extra chapter we all know we want. A little affection. Nice to have a sister, I get. Even a little brother. I mean, at your age, Stella, if there are no siblings before you, there will never be siblings before you, because you can't. It's causality and all that. I always wanted someone to call me Oni-chan. I mean, at least she's fucking honest about it. How am I supposed to be a weeaboo if I don't have an older or younger brother that I can have sexual encounters with? Every single manga I read is about how someone wants to have sex with their sister. How am I supposed to be Japanese? Snoot game, but it's set in the Czech Republic. Czechoslovakia? Get this Czechoslovakia out of here. You could say Slovakia, but you're on thin ice. My mom was the literal embodiment of greed. She didn't let us recognize Christmas until we were 15, and it's only because she wanted gifts. She told me to get a job. Hold on. Well, Stella, what kind of shows do you watch with Rosa? Hokuto no Ken, the Melancholies of Haruyu Suzumiya, Lucky Star, and things like Dragon Ball, My Love Story, Gundam. I love how... I want to point out, these are not like the big names, and this fucking moron bitch pulls out Dragon Ball and Gundam. Get out of here, you faker. Do you watch anime too? I feel... Listen, come on. I was about to say, would this be the perfect moment for her to, like, straight up betray Anon and talk about this shit? I feel like that'd be great. Like, again, like, she's trying to improve his life and make him feel better. But you can't do that if you're nice. You have to be an irrational actor who's assuming some degree of control despite the reader knowing it's wrong. That's how stories work. Get this goddamn bitch. I'm so mad, man. Why did someone stack 8 blankets on a dog? Goddamn, what is this? Measurehead. Your race descent has only worsened. Since I last saw you, you've really let yourself go. Kim, what do you think about all this? I think this racist is better than the last, but the next racist will be a really good one. Conceptualization, and that will be your lucky racist! And he will grant us 3 wishes. God, what the fuck is this? Disco Elysium got some fucking lines, baby. Spitting bars, as they say. The third one will be our lucky racist. Oh, that's why no one likes Anon. He's always the first or the second. Never the third. Never the one that grants you 3 wishes. Fucking loser. Do you watch anime too? Apparently they do. And then Stella, who is also implied to be mildly autistic / not so smart / something else, is... Yeah, I don't know, man. I feel like you're taking late stage friend Stella to early stage situations. Violent shakes neck, threatening to snap. This is something Anon says, not something Anna says. Anna is too much of a normal person. Or a valley girl. I would love to, Stella. I haven't watched good shows with anyone in forever. Because Anon only watches the fucking ecchi. And I'm like, dude, that's gross. And he's like, you don't understand. In Japan, it's perfectly normal. Do you have a Dino Cord account? Oh, that's a disgusting name to put him in. Discord Dino? Ooh. Or just not. Because like Discord doesn't have any connotations like that. Rockord could work though, because it's dumb. Get online. My Dino Cord. We can just meet up in person. You know, you want to watch it? You want to watch it person? I only watch my anime online. I have to pirate that shit. What, you think I'm gonna buy an import or go over to the store? Me and Rosa watch Bible Black together. Isn't that hentai? There's nothing homosexual about watching porn with another girl. We wore socks the whole time. She only kissed me sometimes. Oh my! Oh, sweet Jesus! You can't just walk into my stream and say that. I like how you're concentrating on the fucking socks. Don't worry, Anon. We're gonna watch it with socks on. God damn. I also did not know that Bible Black was a hentai. I've only heard people talk about it in the context as if it's one that's for those fancy animes, which makes it all the funnier, truth be told. It's hard to find people who want to hang out with me and watch pornography that I pretend is high art. It's really difficult. What about redo? If you rescinded my baseness, I mean, that's fine. I'll live. Okay, so they're friends now. Great. We're gonna cut the recording there for a little bit. God damn. I don't know how to feel about this. I'm a little meh. I'm a little blah. I'm a little man. Yeesh. I feel like I wasted my life. Ugh. God damn. Yeah, this music's nice and chill. Dude, what is this music? Nice and chill. I'm feeling mild. As a spring breeze. So yeah, I'm a little mad about the fix so far. I mean, I don't know where it's trying to go. I feel part of my problem is just that I'm not really certain what it's trying to achieve. Like what its long-term, short-term, intermediate goals are and everything. Where are we gonna end up in 5 years is a question that like it can be exciting not to know where story is gonna go, but on the other hand, it can be very fun to have sort of a vague concept of what to expect. Know the road ahead. And with Anon, like, sure, it's been the kind of story where you don't know and you don't really want to know. Because part of it is, like, what's going to happen to this motherfucker? I feel like part of these what-if scenarios, the joy is that you don't know. And you kind of want to know. You kind of want to get a promise of, like, this is what's going to happen. And we kind of got that with, like, I'm going to move out after college. And I'm like, bitch! Who doesn't? Like, I get that you're trying to make a big deal out of it, but it doesn't feel that significant since we already seen this weird fracture between the two of them. Anyway, next part. I thought being on a sports team meant you actually got less sore the next day. Why the fuck am I still all rickety and clickety in my joints? Less bitching. More focusing on school, I guess. Hey, sis, when do I get to drive a car? When you remember to use one foot instead of two for the brake and gas. Why is that so bad? It makes more sense to use both feet for both pedals. And it shoots me a quick glance from the driver's seat. Nani, I mean this with love, but that's fucking stupid. Oh, come on, it's not that bad. Do you trust yourself not to remote control and use one instead of the other when you're driving? Like the first time we tried back home? That's not fair. Dad, it was Dad's lunker of a truck, not this smaller thing that Anna got to drive around. You had to stop your whole body weight to get the brake to actually slam down like Dad did. Hey Stella, you ever heard of... Oh my god, redo of a healer? Is that what you were talking about, Senator? Oh no. Dude! You just gonna bring that shit up? Oh, sweet lordy Lou. Sweet lordy Lou. Youch, my testicles. How the fuck did Stella talk them into watching that? Hey, no, that's not. You know what? Maybe on a weekend we can try. But the second you're gonna get dressed to the car, I'm booting your ass from the driver's seat. Oh, ye of little faith. The grumbly Shirley, but Anna snickers at me. I could be a fine driver. I fucking know it. Even if there was that one time I nearly drove Dad's truck into a ditch, and shit, it looked like he was really scared when it happened. Not my fault that the clutch and that other pedal next to it was so close. We finally get to school after Aina manages to navigate the traffic. As soon as we get into the hallways, I make out the telltale figure of that one tarot chick from the concert. Fag, I think. She looked rather, she looked fucking wrecked. Fucking eyebrow at her for finishing my own thoughts. We share a shrug, twins shit. What the fuck are you talking about? And now don't looking up. You know, the moment when they animate the strongest hero craves revenge and all the weirdos be. Ugh. Fuck. I hope they don't take drugs. All that tweaker energy seems to be a bit too on brand. So I walk past, see him looking over to us. Shit, she's looking right at us. Don't talk, don't talk, don't talk. She lifts up a hand, pointing and approaching at a quick pace. Hey, you, skinny. Crap. Anna blinks. What? What the hell? I like how we're doing this, even though Anon, like, I get that there might be the point of, like, Anon is less protective of himself, but that's a weird way to conceptualize the character. Because at that point, why are we still shipping with Fang? Because clearly you're trying to write a story about his sibling relationship, which I guess is kind of what's happening. Fang's getting sidelined. Ouch. Intentionally or not, it will invariably happen, because you just don't have that much space for all this shit. Before I can get Fang not to throw out that word, they repeat themselves. Yeah, you. The bald skinny. Got a question for you. You don't mean that, right? I can still see Anna's tail bristling as her shoulders start to square up. It's Como! Hello, Como. Or as that one guy says, hello, hello. Hello, hello. That's Manager from the radio. We don't talk about that shit. Wait, so the sister is a dino? No. Anon's sister is a monkey. She has a tail, like a monkey. Not like an ape. And I really love that, like, everyone is like, oh, they're monkeys and they have tails. I'm like, no, bitch, they're apes. Coach Solly was an ape. Spears was an ape. They're great apes. You know, the fucking clade of humans. Actually, is that a clade? Hold up. I need to remind myself what we're talking about here. Yeah, that's not a fucking clade, I think. Okay. Great apes are hominids, which is the family, taxonomically speaking. I don't know if clade belongs there or not. Where does a clade begin? Is a mono, or there's a common ancestor? Okay, I guess you could, anything is a clade then, huh? But yeah, God, look at those fucking apes. I like how it's like human, and then all the other ones are so fucked up and different. You got a big flat face, you got the gorilla, you got that chimpanzee. I mean, I can see the argument for, like, what the fuck do you mean we're great apes? These other guys look nothing like us. Oh, man, orangutans are fucking hilarious, though. Fucking great. I got invited to a 5e group that's really nice. They're a bunch of guys from the same town all play on phones. So it's a character always theater of minds with some napkin drawings. Once every 2 weeks, though. Well, damn. That's not how twins work. I mean, it depends on how twins function in the world. They're not identical twins, so... Sounds like a fun group. Como. Man, I could do with a fucking game that actually happens instead of a game that just gets constantly cancelled or is so low energy and lackadaisical that nothing happens. You find people to join, but actually show up for the sessions? No. They don't know I'm an autist and an idiot. They seem to think I'm playing a cool lizard. You have them fooled. Absolutely fooled. Oh, man. I can see Anna still bristling as her square shoulders start to square up. Crap, not here, sis. Don't ape out. Don't be a fucking racial stereotype. Be one at home, where the racists can't get you. The tarot teen. You're a teen! Snorts while looking me up and down. No, I meant the other bald skinny in the hallway that's asking questions like a dumbass. Listen, it's implied that Anna has hair, and I'm pretty sure that the what's it called picture. Yeah, she has an actual head of hair on top of all the fur. So she's not bald in any sense. Come play with you sometime. What do you mean come play with you, Como? What are you talking about? I'm all for setting up another game because all the other games I have going barely ever happen. What a concept! I could choose a little game myself and we could all lose a little weight. Come join one of the games I play. I don't know if I'm a very good player, though. I especially don't know if I'm a very good 5th edition player. I'd lose my fucking mind. Like, I don't like that kind of you roll to see if you do instead of you roll to see what happens. I'm sorry. I'm too much of a creative writing type to give a shit about games that are about that. PF2? No! That's worse. Ugh, I don't want to think about that stuff. It makes my head hurt. I don't like games where it's like you gotta play a game of chess. Ugh. God damn, dude. If I want to play a video game, I'll boot up Terraria. Playing a fucking strategy game with 3 other people, and I don't know what they can do. I don't know how to control them. I'm just supposed to expect they don't fuck it up. Also, everything is designed to be an actual challenge, and you have to try. I'm like, bitch, that's not how I want to relax. I'm not smart enough for strategy. My brain melts. No, Zomboid isn't all that much better, trust me. Ugh. I'm sorry, Como, but I'm afraid that we might just be incompatible. I'm gonna have to ask the translators to pretend that the Japanese dub they're gonna put in a word that's way more meaningful, or the German version. They got funny words too. Have you replaced with a word that's way more significant and fundamentally alters the context of the scene, and everyone's gonna be like, the dub is better or the sub is better. I'm like, haha, you fool! They're different in meaningful ways. Anyway, oh fuck, god damn it, BG3, BG3. I don't know who told you about the legendary mythical sports game of basketball, but my man, you can't beat Michael Golden. Hell of a... I could play it for free? Wait. You can play Baldur's Gate 3? Man, we live in a weird and strange time. You can play it for free. I'm terrified. In fact, I'm going to piss myself out of fear. Also, I didn't pin you as the kind of person. I didn't pin you as the kind of person who would play Baldur's Gate 3. I don't know. I just felt like you'd be the kind of person who'd go, bleh, no. Especially since you like Divinity as much. Anyway, I'm trying to read the fucking racist scene. What the fuck was that? And that turns to the arrow on a heel. The sudden shift causes Fang to hold a short... To hold up short? Blinking... What? Brown fur stands up on every limb in agitation as my sister still goes straight up. I wouldn't play it unless it's with a friend. Listen, I can't help you with that. Are we friends? Am I a friend? Am I a nice person? Do people like listening to me? I think the answer is no. Considering how every single goddamn tabletop session feels like I have to drag people into the room with me. I don't want to play alone because it has ill... You need someone to smack you on the head when you get mind controlled. See, that's smart. That's smart. I wasn't... Can you do that swipe? Shit. Teeth alert. You fucking walked up to us and started calling my brother skinny, and you think I wouldn't notice? Fang finally finds her spine in the face of this verbal assault. Teeth flash and a grimace as the terrorist knight's like, listen, ape girl, I was trying to... Ape girl? Fucking ape girl? She's a monkey! Remember, you should always give monkey full teeth smile. Yeah, it's being a bit wishy-washy on what that... No, it's because Argus is racist to Illith and you have to, like, work with some... So why were you invited to the party? I'm just here because the racist won't shut up. I'm the diplomat. My entire job is talking to you, so he doesn't have to. This is the point. Monkey would show teeth. Oh, hey, girl. Now you want some shit, man? How about you piss off before I let you really know before I really let you know what an asshole I think you are? White wangs snap outward in the threat, and Anna reciprocates with curled fists. Shit, this was going awful faster than I could keep up with. Also, a reason I won't join those games because I'm pretty sure the Como's game times are like absolute hot garbage for me. Because that man is willing to stay up late and all that, and I can't do it, man. Understanding of sapience and simian clades award goes to not this guy. Yeah, most people don't earn that award around here. Anna, chill. I step in front of my sister, placating her. Christ knows what'll happen if we get into a fight here. Crab's Fist would have no problem hauling us away at the first smell of trouble. Come on, it's nothing. Just calm down. And you hear what this bitch called you? Till lashing violently, I'm forced to look into the perfect copies of my eyes as she turns. Dude, why are you over describing the fact that there's a reflection in her eyes? Couldn't you just fucking like how I let her her? A tinny screech comes from the terror. Is she talking on a walkie-talkie? Why is she tinny? Can you not tell? So what? Aggression and indignation fill a voice as she rears up. Like I said, she's getting sidelined in her own fucking ship. Like, she's so secondary that she gets her own story speedrun. Because Anus fills up the fucking room too much with her big ass. I am non-binary. Pride, justice, and righteous indignation fill her eyes. After, my sister's eyes were filled with those things. Why can't I have pride, justice, and righteous indignation? Why can't I be a paladin? God damn it. I would have a cool shield. Anna quirks an eyebrow up, snarling from behind. So what? Just because you're a manner doesn't mean you get a free pass to be an asshole. Holy crap, sis. In that 5e game that happened today, the party blew up a bomb, exploding a bunch of gnolls and the cat lady. That set it all flew out the window, along with the... and ask what they mean by it's raining cat. That's what the... raining cats and dogs. Oh, fuck. I can't believe we made a saying come true with our best friend, Como. She echoes the sentiment that they instantly begin to deflate. The mouth hangs tightly openwards, trying their best but failing to form. A familiar bell rings out. It's alright, 'cause I'm saved by the... It's alright, 'cause I'm saved by the bell. An angry snarl doesn't feel big. Jesus Christ, that was something. And we're just done. And we're just done. Scene over. Scene over. Are you fucking kidding me? Scene over. We're done. There's no emotional deflation. There's no Anon reflects on this whole situation, how things went poorly, how he had to emotionally regulate his sister or anything. We're just done. Dunyan rings. Do not pass go. Do not collect 200 buckaroonies. Hyperlight Drifter is cute. I don't know why they made a TTRPG out of it. Especially since the TTRPG feels more like a board game. But, cute art. I find it hilarious that the TTRPG is like, hey, you can be whatever you want. Hold on, let me see if I can pull up the rules! You will follow the rules! Also, one thing I want to commend about this game that I think really a lot of people tend to fucking overlook. Yeah, it's called your affinity. It doesn't do anything. I love that this game is like, pick your race. It doesn't do anything. I love that it just says that to your fucking face. It's just like, bitch, here's some choices. Doesn't do anything. Just fucking have fun. It's telling you to pick something that doesn't matter. Like, so many goddamn TTRPGs tell you, here's the racial options. They all do something. It's never like, you know, you should probably pick, like, your favorite color. What is the color of your house? It doesn't do anything, but you should pick it anyway. Helps inform a lot of stuff. Like, what clothes you wear, and why, and when and when. Like, it's so rare to see a system that's willing to say, hey, this is a choice you should probably make. It doesn't do anything, but lore-wise, in the world, perceptively, it changes you as a person to have this. Mechanically, no, but like, there's stuff there, and it's, I do dislike that they got rid of the cute art they had in the other book. I think the what was it again? The fucking the quick rules they released had like a way cuter sheet for this. Also, the character sheet for this game is fucking absolutely insane. It's not high art. Legacy of Kain. I heard about Legacy of Kain. I think. And that its story is fucked up. BGS and good moments between the constant sex and horny writing. You know, I might be a sex pervert from time to time, but I don't want to play a video game that's horny all the time. If I want a horny video game, I'll play a horny video game. I'm not gonna fucking play a video game. And I'm like, yeah, horny. That's what I want to look forward to. I want to. Yeah, totally want that intermission in my Doom. Yeah, the fucking race difficulty. Goddamn. Razio makes chocolate pudding at 4 a.m. Because my life is falling apart. Anyway, we're going to Anna. I fucking hate Anna's chapters. I don't like Anna very much. I'm sorry. I don't know why she's a POV character, when she's clearly meant to be an OPIC obstacle that influences Anon's life. People. I meant to get my first period for class, but man, that Fang person was such an ass. Man, I forgot. Hyperlight Drifter's such a vibe, though. Damn. It's fine when not to mess with friends, but we don't know Fang like that. And the shit she told him. What, the first thing in the morning? And considering the way she treated Nasser earlier this week as well? I'm quickly souring on the idea of Fang. Maybe I just need to cool off. I did promise Nasser I'd give him more of a chance. I take my seat at the table for class starts and exhale. Deep breaths, Anastasia, deep breaths. Hey, Anna. I'm pulled from my river by a familiar voice of my partner for class. I pick when I open. See Nasser approaching with an uneasy smile. Yeah, he's definitely different from a sibling. Oh, yeah, he's also in senior year despite being younger. Hiya, Nasser. Ready for the weekend? Kinda, sorta. Got a meet practice in 2 weeks, so the team is just gearing up for that. Meaning you're gonna look forward to doing nothing on Saturday and Sunday? I probably get stir crazy. Wanna get out there and moving, you know? Ugh, I gotta. The part of my first weekend is the gardening club. I'll be at school tomorrow. You good? Yeah, perfect to find why. You just seem a little tense. Damn it, I'm that easy to read. Well, I may relate to him even gently. Especially if Fang is that kind of person who treats your brother like crap so easily. I don't want him with your sibling in the halls. That's a flinch at that. And I can see his lips tighten. There's something really aggravating about Anon. What? Topaz. Why is everyone so having the hots for him? Stop calling his eyes Topaz. What happened? What happened? Could have been some good character knitting if Anna, made Anna more older and more confrontational with Anon, and thanks to Fives would be more appealing to Anon. Yeah, like, I'm gonna date this punk teen, whatever you want me to or not. And we don't get that. We don't get a fracture yet. They're two on the same page. Shouldn't they be growing apart a little bit, especially since Anastasia's, like, intending to? I'd love it if she's like, wait, I can use this to break off. I don't know, man. I'm kind of tired of this fic and its unwillingness to actually play with its concepts and do something for once. Please don't lie down before work starts today. Go ahead. Have a good sleep. And I got a like. I got a thumbs up. I feel famous now. Sorry for that. I had to type something out because I have things in my brain that need to be put on the papers. Anyway. She just says me skinny first thing in the morning. Awkward way to start the day. Crap. Listen, I'll talk to Fang and I'll get this all figured out, I swear. Wouldn't that get you, like, you know, expelled or, like, in trouble? Throwing fucking slurs around? Like, I always felt like Nasser took it on the chin because it was Fang to him. But to someone else, I feel like he'd be different. Seems it's hard to do. Don't worry, I'm used to dealing with Fang. It's just something they always do. It's all harmless in the end. There's no closing quotation there, buddy. That's 1 out of 10 fic. Absolute hot dog shit. Would not read again. I'm not really sure about that. Nasser would have more of a idea how to hang a Fang, I suppose. Nod my assent. Oh my god, please. And I'm in assent. In assent. Not my assent. Your assent? As the bell rings for the class to start, I look at my partner with a soft smile. He's been good to work with in class, and he seems to give a crap. I'll trust him on those. Besides, just like Spears would say, no one's an island. Everyone will have his own struggles. I sent Como the pat-pats on Discord. Fang really does their best to ignore me in science. I mentioned before that if you do italicize text and you copy it directly, the way that it formats it in the HTML causes spaces sometimes. Which is a real feat considering she's my fucking science partner. Well, they are my science partner. Shit. This is gonna suck. I'm working on the sheet between us as Fang continues to ignore my existence. The questions aren't all that bad. All about good old Lorenz. But I try to get a sneak of my partner throughout it. I feel like you should use your actual M-dashes here, buddy. Hyphens or rounded brackets, because this is like an intermission thought more than apostrophe side tangent. I feel like, I don't know, maybe I'm just being harsh for no reason, because I'm being a little piss baby. They look completely lost as they angrily stands at the textbook. I mean, should I? Man, Fang is getting so sidelined that they get bailed out by Anon. Like, I know that probably happens in the original game, but it never felt like it was the center point of that scene. If it ever happened at all. I mean, should I? You good? Fang's amber dagger. Fuck off! Stop describing eyes like that! You gonna stick your sister on me? Have someone fight for you? No, that was... Oh, sure. Just gotta try to get me when you don't have your muscle there, is that it? But not the textbook, not the worksheet. Do you want some help with your work? Just shut up and show me. I look at you somewhat quietly thereafter. I hear an odd mumble from the tarot next to me. But I think I can address at least a few silent questions they have. Sorry about Hannah. What? She did come at you. I mean, after you came at me, I guess. But one hand rubs the back of my head in mollification? Dude, stop talking like you're getting paid by the letter. Mollification. Amelioration? Appeasement. Jesus fucking Christ. In mathematics, mollifiers are particularly smooth functions. Like smooth jazz. I can't believe this man mollified my cheese! It's all flat now. You only need to describe the eye once. If the reader forgets, they can go back. Or you can, like, call it out when it's relevant. I feel like we had, like, 3 descriptions of Nasser's fucking... of yellow eyes. Can someone have some differently colored eyes for once? It's just so weird, man. Pales... Oh, wait. Well, she did come at you after killing me, I guess. Like, I'm pretty sure you didn't mean anything by the skinny comment. Just a bad choice of words. Pale scales move back and forth. What? Why do you keep describing... That's not how scales work. I know that people like to imagine the dragon scales work like that, but scales are like skin. They're not like separate little hairs. As Fang seems true in a response, you're the only human in the room that seemed to fit. If the explanation falls short, going with a hesitance on their face. Yeah, well, like we don't all say stupid stuff all the time. They grunt at that. That's not how you say that. Not like we all say stupid shit sometimes. That's not how you say that. It's supposed to be a negative. They grunt at that, sensing this was about as good as it was going to get. I let the matter drop. The rest of the class goes by well enough. Well, I appreciate the fact that Anna stood up for me. I wish she'd calm the fuck down. I just wanted to get through school without people getting on my case. That's why I joined the track team. Sure, it was something I resolved on my own in the end, but if she did that again, who knows what would happen next. Squishy human plus claws and teeth don't mix very well. NASA's Golden Globes, they're homosexually. I love the hyphen between homo and sexually. God damn. You know, you're doing the mumble thing again. This is a leer. Oh God, he wants me. And on, I'm trying to threaten your life. Oh, he wants to take me and marry me. And on, I want to stab you with his penis. God. Is this what they mean with a hopeless romantic? And Trish just tells him, just put the knife in him, buddy. Just stab him. Was it my eternal life to have to deal with Anna doing things like that? Love the girl, but Christ, let me do my own thing. If you wanted to do your own thing, why are you still in track? Mom and Dad certainly let her do her own thing, and I got dragged along for the ride, didn't I? Crap. That's not fair. But it's kind of true. God, being a sibling is fucking complicated. I'm a little annoyed. I'm a little annoyed. I don't know. I'm not really sold on the story. You know, there's something missing here that's makes it all pop and zing and you know, I don't really feel the jam and the vibe. There's just something missing. Uh, you know, Dancing Towards Tomorrow may be gone, but every time I go to YouTube Studio, usually one of those videos is like in my latest published, reminding me. It won't be long though. April 10th, the last VOD goes up, and we can forever forget about it, and I'll never be reminded again. Things will never be the same again. How bad is the train wreck so far? I wouldn't call it a train wreck per se, but it's definitely disappointing. I ain't digging it, is what I'm trying to say. I don't know. It's just a little disappointing to read through an interesting and promising premise, and it doesn't deliver on its own core philosophy, as it were. I'm just a little sad. Hmm. Man, my lips are dry. Hmm. Train wreck, though. If I were forced to. Also, happy Easter. Snake will finish the Ouroboros then. What do you mean Ouroboros? Get this Ouroboros out of here. It is Easter, though. Cost me my game yesterday. Fuck. I think I don't know. Like Dancing Towards Tomorrow was just boring and shit. And this I'm just like, come on, man, you're this close. Come on, stop. I guess it is a train wreck in the sense that it's crashing, and I just refuse to admit that it's stuck on rails. Crap, shit, fuck, double crap, double shit, double fuck. That does not work in writing. Dude, is this song playing or what? Read, how the fuck do I do with this bag? Oh no, the fuck do I do? Not how the fuck. Running through the halls is a new exercise for me. Dodging the dodges that vary from taking up the entire hallway to being half my size. Goddamn reading this goddamn medical supplies! Why do our bags have to look the same? Anon! Triple chop, triple shit, triple fuck! Anna tries to wave me down as she sees me, but I shake my head and motion forward as I try to walk on. There's a moment's confusion until she follows along, sliding between the bodies of the oncoming crowd to get to my side within seconds. She made that look so easy. Man, she should have joined track instead. Why did you join at all? What's up, man? Bag swap. Need to go get to lunch so I can get mine back from the dude I had class with. Confusion is clear on her face as she scrunches it up, power walking beside my frenetic pace. I can just share it if you're that hungry, you know? Christ on a pogo stick. How do you explain to your sister that what you have can only be described as an enthusiastic dopehead's career collection in head? As an enthusiastic dopehead's career collection? Career collection? In one hand. In hand. One that would certainly see your ass taking a trip to the little cell. I don't have a chance to explain. Santa sniffs and blinks. She leans forward to the bag of... Okay, but she's a monkey. Why does she suddenly have a good... So does everyone have a good sense of smell but humans? What the fuck are we doing here? Shh, no, it's not mine. Like I said, it's not mine. Who the hell carries that much carf? This is carf? Do I hear quads? Just follow along. I don't know how to feel about the fact that we're amping this up. Also, didn't he actually talk to Reed during that conversation? He should have a... Why do you like... Ugh. The bag is the power of a GTA protagonist. Can fit a whole M32 rotary grenade launcher in that bag. Hell yeah. Look at my erstwhile. Fucking erstwhile? And since when do you actually participate in fucking English class? The salmon scales. Ew. Please surprise. She tires. Seizes the puff of the chest slightly. If Anna is... Oh my god, Anna's gonna hit up Reed, isn't she? For fuck's sake, please don't do her and Reed. It's such an odd combination that doesn't make any sense. Yo, Anna and Anna. Nice to see you both, hombres and hombrecita. How the fuck does that make sense? This is already plural. It's not a word, I think. More important things. Reed, I think we got a back swap going. Over the payload, keeping all that. Let's repeat that. Huh? No wonder my bag felt so light and full of weird, etchy porn. One claw reaches back to my bag on his shoulders, making the exchange painless. Sign relief at the familiar way, glad to be free of the narcotics. Reed chuckles slightly at my reaction. Dang, man. Need something important from there? Just lunch. I don't think I could handle what you got in there. Huh? Bag lunch? You don't get anything from the line here? I make everything myself, actually. I learned how to cook from Mom, so I thought I could make it easier and healthy for us to just use the kitchen all the time. Give spelling error. It could give spelling error a pass on Reed as a stoner, after all. I mean, yeah. Well, it doesn't go for the author, though. You cook everything yourself? Righteous. Perhaps your companion nods. He gives us an easy grin. Reed cannot be shipped with anyone. It requires him to provide affirmative consent, and he would need to be sober to do it. That is a very interesting statement I didn't even consider, but yeah. Man doesn't know what's going on. Bet it tastes so awesome if you're gonna be doing that. What do you mean? Why don't you mean to say if you're the one who's doing it? If you're the one who's making it? Like, why are you saying it like that? Why are you saying it's going to be doing that? That's such a gross way to call making food. It's alright, a free lunch for me. Really? You want to be the one making lunch from now on? Pass, that's a woman's duty. Dude, nice. Looks like you two getting along very well. That's tight, that's tight. I mean, my shirt's tight. I can barely breathe. I can't breath. It's fine enough. Anyway, thanks for the bag exchange. We'll catch you later. Before I could turn around, fully cool skills meet my forearm in a light. Yep, wait up. Are you shitty with me and my friends? My eyes flicked around her before briefly settling on me. 2 new kids. Cool people at that. Need a place to hang. Listen, that's fine. We've been eating with Naomi and Nasa. Not like Naomi cares much for it. What was that? Even better. Me and my crews can be your guys' new spot. Before I can refute any more, Reed twists about to look around us. His hand pops in to wave at someone beckoning them over. The cat's side eye wince internally. Trish makes her way over with a bored expression until she notices about. Hey, T, look, I got some new muchachos to hang with us. He throws an arm over my shoulder, trapping me in place as he nods at Anna with a smile. They're twins, too. Purple looks me up and down, clearly confused at my presence. She scrutinizes Anna harder. Twins? With the tree hopper? I can't believe she built a hopper when what I wanted was an item pipe. These fucking people, man. Nobody wants to talk about the Archimedes screw until they need something transported vertically upwards. Or at a diagonal, I guess. My eye itches. That ain't great. Alright, fuck that! I push off Reed immediately, my teeth grinding hard enough to make my jaw ache. What the fuck? What the fuck was that, you salad-tossing porchless? I have a question for you. Is everyone just fucking racist around here all the damn time? Because, like, in the original, it was a lot more low. I don't know. It felt more like Fang was doing it because Trish was pushing it onto her. And now we've been throwing it around to Nasser, too. And this scene. So we're like, I don't know. It's getting a bit weird. I understand that it's trying to give this idea of them against the world. But if the point is to create this kind of dynamicism between lizards and humans, then you need to externalize it outside of the obvious cast that the fic has. The song is 60 minutes long. Trish flinches before snapping her gaze at me. Rage contorts her features into an ugly grimace as I lean in. Before I get too close, I feel a familiar hand placed on my chest and gently haul me back. Haul? You're pushed back. You're pulled back. You are not hauled. Hey, Anon, whoa there. Let's just... What the hell was that? Trish's anger is palpable, her face darkening with roiling emotion. You want to repeat that? Oh, sure. Porch lizard. Iron lizard. Heavy machine gun. Drop shot. Rocket launcher. And then there's like Sanzetsu sword, which I like a lot because it's a big Z. It's a box with a Z on it. I don't even know what grenade launcher is. I don't know all of them, actually. I just know a couple. Uh-oh. Oh, big. That one's great. And now Iron Lizard, there's a little ball. Anna's in... also, I like how there's, like, the extra spacing here for some fucking reason. Anna's intense frown is barely registering for me as she tries to haul me back. Anna, you can't say that! Purple eyes ablaze. Trish spits out the next phrase. Oh, fuck you, spear chucker. Anna's gaze snaps to the lady. Oh, what the fuck did you say, you tiny bitch? She steps past me to lean into Trish's face. My twin and I take equal stances as both of us start ripping into this little shit stand. I like how Reed is just standing here. Like, Reed is like, yeah, I make the best friends. Look at how good friends they are. They're calling each other all the epitaphs. Epithets. It's epithet, right? Not epitaph. Ugh. Epithet. There you go. Epithet. An epitaph is what you put on a tombstone. Epithet. 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 An adjective or phrase expressing quality or attribute regarded as characteristic of the person or thing being mentioned. I love indie slap. You know the Game Grumps intro? That would fit. Hey, I'm Slop. I'm also Slop. Sister, she has challenged my racism. I can't deny her. It's the King Crimson reference. I start us off with the double trouble talk? Are we referencing Dancing Towards Tomorrow like this? Are you fucking crazy? Something we know how to use to great effect. Oh my god, Jesus fucking Christ, just kiss already. I know it's incest, but just kiss already. Play the encore ruckus theme. You cross-eyed looking, power tripping, dull-horned, itchy scratch looking, fat ass, sour breath, tone-deaf, nappy headed, cunt ass, specious bitch. My voice just line up delivering the final blow. I'm panting hard from that few lines as I glide the little trigger, Anna's tail whipping back and it wrapped around my forearm for support. There's more silence around us now, probably because the teacher showed up and you're all in deep fucking trouble. Nah, no one ever gets in fucking trouble in these fucking things. Somehow there are no teachers. There's just spears, sometimes. And if it's Dancing Towards Tomorrow, then the coach Solly stand-in will straight up encourage physical violence. Reed a step back with wide eyes, muzzle of jaws. He took in the little spectacle. Trish, in comparison, is an absolute wreck. She shat herself, pissed herself, vomited on herself, had gunk spew out of her ears, and somehow is also crying at the same time. Her eyes are the size of dinner plates. It's impressive considering how short she is. Teeth chattering in combination of shock and outrage while she takes a step back, away from us. Colors drained from her face, giving a more ashen look. Rise, Ashen One. Good. Don't do the crime if you can't do the time. What the fuck is going on? An old voice joins the fray, all four of us glancing up to see Fang making their way through the crowd of onlookers. Huh. There's more people around us than I thought. Anna recognizes the same and she lets me go, blinking and suddenly standing up straighter. We had to put a very quiet ruckus theme under this. What the fuck are you talking about? Get this ruckus out of here. She looks embarrassed. Fang. If these two are coming at me, the goddamn Anna's snapping teeth. What are you, a fucking crocodile? Calls Trish to flinch. Grateful. I'm putting up with that shit. These fucking freaks threatened me. I told you they were gonna be assholes! Confusion and anger war for controlling Fang's eyes for a few seconds as they flip between the tiny trike and us. Hesitation, uncertainty. But honestly, fuck it. No one says that shit about Anna in front of me. I may have my hang-ups, but she's still my sister. I might shitpost about her online as a racist stereotype, but that's just that other people would jump in and I can yell at them instead. Be hilarious to see Professor Fernsworth try and stop a school fight. That'd be fucking great. Could you imagine a teacher in any of these effects existing at all instead of school being this weird... Like, honestly, sometimes the school really could just be a workplace for these people with how much they actually do with the concept of school. We gotta go. Anna finally says, head bows with a slight groan of frustration at all this. As she turns, one hand... Hold on, need to do a little measurement. And points at Trish. Another flinch rises out of her as my sister grinds out one final threat. You keep my fucking brother's name out of your mouth, you little shit! Said it over the delivery, she walks off, and I follow right behind. The last thing I see from Fawn is a complicated look. Something I cannot identify. Reed looks chagrined. Are you fucking shitting me? When has Reed ever been chagrined? Good. They can put up with Trish. We won't. Once I got far enough away, I bumped my shoulder into hers. You good? Better. Been better. You know, that little... Yeah, agreed, bitch. At least you don't have a class with her. I'll be fine, sis. I'll be okay. Need to do this on my own. Need to stand up for myself in this matter. Okay, if you say so, Nani. Thanks, Anna. I know you got my back. Like I got yours. Anyways, little bro. You know it. Oh, always, baby bro. Oh, shit. Yeah, I don't think we'll ever get separated at this rate. No worries. A grin is slightly tight as she looks at me. Maybe she was more affected by that confrontation than I thought. Yeah, always. Lasers, hole in roof. Settle down, children. We have science to learn. Settle down, children. We have science to learn. Let's go grab a seat. Rage is definitely still on my gut. But I can focus on eating. If I go to track hungry, I'm gonna be pissy. Finally, some actual mirth breaks through her lips. More than usual? Hey, I could be pissy after what the little track did. Okay, we're doing the fucking gardening class again. Honestly, most of what this does is you just slow down the pacing of your story than anything. You're having your progress. Anyway, she's basically being mad during gardening class. We'll be separated at this rate. If all I keep doing is doing it for my brother, then we have to join up together and become cannibals. Like that Andy and Lele thing. It's the only way to resolve this situation properly. Tight worms of anxiety. You're feeling okay? Not today. Crap day. Call me a tree hopper. What did you do? Well, we didn't go to any teachers, and we just started yelling very loudly. We're very adult. We're very mature. On the plus side, Anna at least feels more like she's on age instead of being this hyper-competent adult, but whatever. Oh, that's a song doing that. That's pretty cool. Something worse, something like that. Blah, blah, you're my friends. Ah, nah! Now there's no second N! Damn it, mumbling. Both girls laugh. Stupid little trike. I find it fascinating that Stella and Rose are okay with trike. I feel like one of them, at the very least, would have issues with that. Look, we're separated at this rate. It's not like you're conjoined twins, lady. The eldest mom and dad expected of me. We're twins, we're supposed to be together, that's what we do. We're going to take care of him. Jesus fucking Christ, just kiss already! Stella Rosa is the name of a wine brand. Neat. I'm gonna go to a separate school from Anon. And I don't like this core conflict. I feel like that core conflict should be something completely different. Instead of just the separation thing. No one can know about this. No one can know that I plan to go to college! It's only a couple months out. Why are you being so secretive about it? So this entire section was just so that you could tell about what she plans to do. Which was already referenced in the last chapter. Anyway, what a fucking shit show. I like how someone is like, the reveal! I'm like, bitch, the reveal was last chapter. They already hinted at this. Also, none of this really feels like it matters. Like, Anon is already mentioning that he wants to separate from her. Like, nothing about Anon feels like he wants to be with her forever. So I'm pretty sure he's okay with separating. Like, your central conflict kind of requires that these two characters, you know, don't want to do that. And the implication is that he's okay with it. Or kind of wants it. I don't know, I'm just like, you could have done better than that. What are we looking at? Fuck, this is gonna be more than the other chapter. Oh yeah, this is where Fang starts getting POV shots. I don't know, man. Do I want to do another chapter, or am I just Dunyan Rings? If you made it out and out incest, it would have been better, which is damning. Can POV changes work? Yes, there's nothing stopping a POV change from working. The problem is you need your POV changes to do something. You want your characters to have distinct voices, you want them to contribute something different to the story as they come up. But as it stands, like, Anna's POV doesn't really contribute all that much. Like, the fact that we can see into her world means that the revelation comes way too early, because it has to come early, because she's, you know, there's no... It would work better if Anon has all these moments and he realizes that he doesn't want to separate, and then she brings it up, which makes way more sense, but it doesn't really work if we get the implication that you know, like... You have it be early strain between the two of them, and they're all like, no, this will never work, and then they realize that they do work together, and they do want to be together, and then Anon's like, I'm glad that we managed to work out our problems, and then she's like, actually, Anon, there's another problem, I'm not sticking around. I don't know, I'm just saying that... Anna goes to the College of Gravel and Gravel studies. Man, I wish I could get my degree in gravelology, like a real proper adult. I kind of want to do another chapter because I don't like where the chapters go. It's only 24 chapters though, so we're like a sixth of the way there. If they wanted to make race a aspect play more of a role, I suppose it'd be a nice emphasis to see how both people react to Ana and Anon differently and use the PSU swap to do it. See, Arthur Kitten Boywhite fucking gets it. There's someone who's paying attention in class. You use their different perspectives to explore the concept from different perspectives, from different angles. Like, the reason you want to do it in an adventure novel is usually to, like, demonstrate how these characters use their fucking fantasy magic-ass powers and how their skill sets connect, because those are more about what people can do, but you need to study gravel to see how much you can add before people notice. You sure do. You want to avoid the complaints. Ugh. God. How swanky. My name is John. I'm addicted to gravel. Well, maybe you should try Gravel Light. You can get the same amount of gravel in your body, but you'll also get less calories. Man, this song is nice and swanky. This is from the Hyper Light Drifter soundtrack. It is The Sentinels, track 24. I thought the combat tracks would be in here, but it doesn't feel like it. God, this picture fucks me up. Mom, Dad, I'm still single. Mom, Dad, I'm bisexual. Damn. And you're still single? God. Savage. Fucking brutal. Are we doing another chapter? I feel like doing another chapter, but also I feel like doing another chapter is the way to lose this. I'll have to take a break, though. Also try to find out where there's a giant pile of gravel in every small town. You know, I have seen that. I have seen that sometimes, and I do wonder. It asks too many questions. This song sounds like someone wave dashing. Man, I want to go play Resortum or something. My mom waits so you like girls? You liked girls all this time? Oh, you didn't bother dating one? Mom knows grandbabies are possible now. Run! Oh, damn. That's the real risk. I think I'm going to go take a quick break. And we'll come back to this in a little bit. I'm going to go take a break. I'm going to have a snack. I'm going to go refill my water bottle. And we'll do Chapter 5 too, as much as I feel like it's a bad idea. Sometimes you just got to follow those bad ideas so you know why they're bad ideas. Play whatever disappearing sound effect you want right now. Yeah. Oh no. This forest has a times 2 multiplier. Off topic, but I don't see the appeal of root beer floats. You're only able to drink it, all it tastes is root beer. No ice cream unless you super melt it. In that case, it's not a float. The ice cream is soup! Just cold. What a concept! Chomp chomp. Ice cream's true form is cold! There we go. I'm done eating. I've swallowed it all. Ingested firmly. I'm back. I'm back and full of bread. After this, I'm probably going to go and take a break and go for a walk. Alright. So beat around the bush forever. We don't have all of our lives to do what we wish. Although I do fear that a burp might pop up. I do fear so. I meant to come down the past few days after the slip-up in the garden club. Rose and Scylla were true to their word. I know they were. These people... Saurians, I can... Oh, God, really? We're starting off like this? They are people, Saurians, I can trust. Why are we making this... I feel like the other way around makes more sense. This implies that she's becoming more racist. But there's this niggling feeling of fear in the back of my head. There was something constant. Nani finding out about college was inevitable, but that would have to... but it could wait. It could wait a little longer. At least until I've made sure that he had friends he could rely upon. This implies you're going in the middle of something. Racism is advancing, yes. And I don't know if the author's aware of that. Then I go back to news. I could let Mom and Dad know. Sorry, Mom and Dad. Your little Tom and Papi may not have enough time left together like at this rate, like you wanted it. Come on, focus on it. Time to double down and make things ready for your applications. When I hear Saurians, see Dragon Dogma. Well, ones are not dinos. Well, you know, you're right. But school was not over yet, and the deadline for applications was in April. Plenty of time to get situated with scholarships and final grades before sending your records out. Plenty of time to stress about literally everything happening all at once. Ugh, no, enough of that thought. You managed to get Anon back on track, that's good. Helped him a ton. Why are we... Maybe we'll go... Okay, so why are we doing a fucking recap? This was last chapter. Needs a confidence boost to give myself... I feel like a lot of fics are written with the perspective of, like, the author takes 2 fucking months off in between chapters. But that's never the case. They shit this stuff out like diarrhea. So why write it like you need a recap? I already know he's good at throwing. That's how he got in the team. Having monkey feet's a hell of a thing. Yeah, the racism in this is a lot more blatant, but it's not an interesting kind of racism. It's just very weird racism, alright? It's a hell of a thing. Are we really going there? Hell of a boss, am I right, gamers? Like yesterday, we managed to do a good run, but Sunday was just good to hit the deck. Javelin property. And I managed to somehow stumble pivot 90 degrees to throw pretty close to the rest of us are. Some take years off, punch drunk. Yeah! Where's my punch drunk? Maybe never. Maybe nowhere. That time is over. Whatever, well... Does Anaka doing the unexpected? Does he, though? Again, with the fucking tittering. It's like we have to get this in the first fucking page, or we can't go on. Or second page, I guess. It feels like such a weird thing to do for someone who seems so extroverted and overt. To titter, instead of just properly laughing. Like, to me, Anna seems like the kind of person who would just laugh openly and wholeheartedly. Maybe it's supposed to hint at her more covert operations. I like how she's like, man, tails are great. Why does Anon fucking suck? Nasser eyes me with those beautiful golden eyes of his. Leaning forward on his chin, blah, blah, blah. Oh, they're in science class. You're studying quite a bit, dude. Why does high school have a javelin field and don't have a fence around the runway? You know, that's a really good question. Like, I already mentioned this in the Chapter 3 stream. It's like... It's a weird sport to have at high school. Discus, kind of. Javelin? Eh. Shot put, maybe. We're building Spartans and shit. Well, dang. The fucking Spartan project from Halo is not that literally about Spartans. Good scholarship, so first gets it. Let's talk about med school for Christ's sake! Why not rap to Jesus? Why not that rap G? I've been told that apparently Wani Gameu is going to fix that. Going to give you a less overwhelming Inko. But I do wonder if that doesn't just fundamentally undermine the core of the character, though. I mean, you could do it more streamlined, but... Why do people stand anywhere but behind the runway? I also, a fantastic question. I mean, and I'll turn 90 degrees, but still, that's why you keep that area clean and clear. I recognize the seas in her sometimes. I find this very interesting for you to say, lady who is literally keeping a secret from her fucking little brother. Never tell the scholars to go for that apply for them, waiting for answers. Swear to stick to gardening low-key. What is her big plan? Like, for all the shit she's done, what actual education does she want to follow? Because I don't... She feels very much like she's already in college doing something, and we're just not allowed to know what it is. The girl up I need running. Not lifting like me and the girls. You know, overtake you, man. Just making excuses. I know I've got guns you wish you had. This is a very weird thing to say for a guy who literally is training people to run. Like, I don't like when this happened in living memory, and I don't like when it happens here. It's like people have exactly one way to conceive of sports. It has to be competitive, it has to be a point of consternation, and it has to be something that makes people sweat all the damn time. There is no middle ground, there is no nuance, there's only the stereotype. Gestures vaguely in the direction. Nasser gazes heterosexually at me with his gilded pupils, unbidden lust hidden with a dark center. Please, Anon was one thing, but I cannot be seen with a tree grabber. Oh god, he needs me. She's gonna go to the Mary Sue School of Perfection in every aspect. I mean, at this rate, she is. There's very little that makes her like an actually bad character. Like, sure, she's keeping some secrets from Anon, and she jumps at stuff, but there's nothing about her that feels abhorrent, like a proper flaw of character. That's getting in the way of what she wants. Because, remember, a character flaw isn't as much just being bad at something as it is denying them what they want. A fun character flaw is why a character hasn't achieved their hopes and dreams yet. Because if you think about it, like, that's the deal with Fang. Fang is not a fantastic musical artist because Fang refuses to let go of Trish and friends and things that they already know and explore outside of the realm of what they were told to adhere to, which is why the ending 3 is a bad ending. Anon isn't able to get the life that he wants despite complaining about it and all that stuff because he's conditioned to assume himself to be powerless in things. Inko cannot have the artistic dream of being a cool photographer man because he lacks the artistic vision, and he's too constrained by how he was raised. And the same goes for Olivia, who could have a fantastic art career if she just stopped getting in her own fucking way. Like, the character flaws are critical to the story itself. And while you could say, yes, her character flaw is that she's keeping a secret from Anon, in spite of the fact that they have this weird open relationship and they mutter all the time, none of it really feels like it's getting in the way of her plans as much as creating some wrinkles on the short term. Like, oh no, my character flaw is that I have to spend $5 every time I want to go for a walk. And it's like, that's not really a fucking flaw, is it? That's a minor inconvenience, financially speaking. Like, if she can't afford the $5, then it is. If on the long term it's going to cause issues, it works. Your problem, your flaw, can't have this short-term thing where it's like, yeah, you can just get over it. I know that for teenagers you can create that short-term, long-term extrapolation because of how life feels. But then the characters need to feel like teenagers who exist very much in the moment, and, you know, the dollar, the dinero, the buckaroony. Little topaz gems! I'm sorry. Are you going to hit it up with Nasser? You can't just cuck Naomi. The Chinese Juan. The good old Indian rupee. the Danish mark, the Norwegian kroner, the French franc, the British pound, the Turkish lira. How much longer I gotta go here, buddy? Gotta bring in pieces of 8. Got a good grip. Too bad he's not me. Oh my god. I don't like this. Like, I know that she's athletic, but Nasser exercises. Why are we, like, shorthanding... So we really are going with nature versus nurture, and we're on the side of nature. Which is never the answer in situations like this. It should be the answer in far more complex magical situations, but not in fucking actual normal sports. Like, I get it, you climb on trees sometimes, but that's not the same as dedicated exercise. I assure you that if you lift a weight for fun every day, that's not the same as, like, actually practicing weightlifting. No mercy. Anyway, she won. Of course she wins, because every fucking time the protagonist wins! I don't know why we even have this. Why do we need her to be better than Nasser in this case? Why do we need this? I could understand if it was supposed to tie back into her character traits. It's like, okay, she just had a big emotional moment, and she's kind of like looking for a way to redeem herself. Like, she needs that ego boost. And you could have that be a thing. Or that whenever she truly gets down, she starts going after people. And she could never do it with Anon. But with these people, who fucking cares? Anyway, we're just gonna move on. Because I, again, don't understand what we're doing here. Is it character building? I guess? Do I care? No. It helps to care about the characters before you build them. But, you know. Goddamn it, it was flirtation with Fang and Trish. Probably because she's fucking student council president, and someone complained to a teacher about it. She really should keep her snout out of other people's business. She's student council president. Odds are, she was in the room when Spears got the complaint from a student or teacher. Also, fucking snout. Why not just nose? Between this and nothing else matters, I'm seriously convinced that Swanfather just likes writing hot dog shit just to anger people. And make them... And just write crap for idiots who are too fucking stupid to realize they're being conned and had. It's a shitpost. But if you like it, it's on your expense, right? It's not like Snook Game where the joke is you're supposed to be in on the joke. The joke here is that you're stupid enough to think this is good. And again, we're using Peachy Parasite. Fuck you, invent your own terms. You can't put these words in someone else's mouth. They're Anon's words. You're burning the room! Because she's in home ec, get it? Wait, why the fuck is Samantha teaching home ec? What's very true? Listen, my delay is such that I never know what people are actually talking about. Why is Samantha here? You know, one thing that always cracks me up is when a setting doesn't have enough characters, but people don't want to invent OCs, so you end up with the actual core canon characters ending up in the goofiest fucking places. This is one of those moments. We don't need Samantha to be here. Storing being for idiots, that's very true. Hell yeah, baby. Finally, someone who understands the truth. Man lives in a swamp below sea level. Like, the problem with Samantha being here is that it makes Fang's family too approachable. Half the point is that Fang's family is not available or approachable for the situation and problems at hand. Also, why is she here? She's a stay-at-home mom. She's written like a stay-at-home mom that has nothing fucking better to do with her life. Whew. Some people might say that, like, the character flaw from Anna is that Anna is in a situation where she doesn't, like, you could make the argument that her flaw is that her parents are imposing onto her, but I never get the feeling that's really going on. You cannot have a nice chat with Ripley about the weather, but Samantha will not let you talk. You were there to be talked to. That was the point. I like the idea of, like, Samantha isn't here to listen, you know? And Ripley just doesn't engage at all. Like, you can't just bring her to fucking school. Like, not to mention the fact that canon-wise, this is implied to be false because she attends the PTA meeting as a parent. If she's a teacher, why would she be there as a parent instead of a teacher? And I'm the mother of 2 beautiful children who attend this school. Also, being able to cook well and being able to teach cooking are 2 different things. I'm sorry to tell you. She pulled the mom card. That's cheating. Says the woman who constantly gets, like, mom-coded in weird ways. Again, the fucking mumbling is just getting pulled out constantly. And you might say that's a character flaw. It's not. It's just a lazy fucking hack around things. You can have characters be readable without them literally saying shit. Or you can just have them actually say it out loud. Like, what bothers me about this is that it constantly turns every bit of narrative text, every bit of descriptive text, into a possible citation, which is just fucking weird. So there's the part where Numer gets put in the Shinji chair. I hope soon. I would love for something to happen, but I don't think it's gonna. It isn't gonna be so confusing. I hate high school. Enough with the fucking music. We're going high on lounging. I do love having assistant and Lucy there. I love my little tooth fairy. Don't call your fucking child a tooth fairy. What the fuck do you mean, tooth fairy? I would like to point out that her sweet tooth is never actually physically present. She eats dino nuggies. A savory dish. Why is she a tooth fairy? Well, funky monkey fucking rhymes. And you're a monkey! Also, kind of racist. Again, with, like... Oh! It's like, all the times I've bitched about the racism, I feel like I'm being haunted by it. Like someone is explicitly writing the shit version of the racism I prefer someone actually engage with. Instead of half-assing it. Why not Pirate Princess? Yes, that's a nice alliteration. And also relevant, and also known to be canon. Again, Swanfather is fucking with everyone. Or, he's the biggest fucking retard on this side of the planet. Either or. As a wise man once said, if you pretend to be an idiot long enough, you might as well be one. Listen, class, I have breeded. This is the only qualification I need to teach home at because we live in a sexist society. I am a woman, and I've had a child, and I'll be teaching this class. And then Gordon Ramsay's outside like, this is raw! And she's like, oh dear, of course it's raw. But you're not a woman, so you can go fuck yourself. Also, I think you have a brother, Enon. Let's see. Oh, she said they're into you as well. What? Okay, listen. I understand. Why are you switching pronouns here? Why does this happen so often? She said that she ran into you as well, you mean. Why are you using they? Women should be staying at home at this point. Why is Fang here? You can claim to be non-binary, but what matters is what's on your birth certificate. And then someone like sneaks in with one of those correction fluids and goes like, nah, Fang is going to be from this point forward, and then it's just like a random letter, like a Q, and everyone's like, what does it mean? I can't believe I'm Q-gendered, like in Star Trek. Chat, insert that clip of Gordon Ramsay grilling over seeing deep fried pizza. Give me some of that deep fried slice. Fuck. Why is my phone buzzing? Anything to be distracted from the matter at hand. What the hell? God damn it. You telling me that a krill? What? Nah, that doesn't work as a joke. I'd have to workshop that a little bit. I was talking about him at the dinner table. Lucy, well, she had the run too as well. What other name is Fang? Not quite caused a misunderstanding. What if their name is Fang? I thought you were pissed. Or are you one of those people who's like, listen, I'll shoot a man dead and I'll torture him, but I will not misgender him. That's a step too far, even for me. Well, I do have a brother. Enon! Yes, she literally said you have a brother, Enon. She's to do with the track team. Yes, that's what... What? Is she just fucking looping? Wait, why are they going outside? Are you being abducted by her? That's terrible. The tiny matriarch. Why do people keep using that word? Precious, lovely family doing well together. I kind of want to take more responsibility, just because I feel like I'd be happier if I switched back over to that instead. Cleared the sinuses, as it were. Someone hit the side. He's looping again. I'm not a fucking pinball table. So Precious says she family do well together. Unlike with my family, who all are fucked up, but I keep pretending it's fine. If I just pretend it's fine, then at some point things will work out, right? I just gotta wait for some random fucking 4chaner to fix my daughter. That's a healthy way to approach family dynamics, right? So we have Anon, Anna, and Aaron. Say what you want about the Romans and Jews for betraying, crucifying Jesus, but at least they did not misgender him. They may have killed the son of the Lord, but at least they called him by his proper names. That's the one line you can't cross. Why is she fucking talking? Like, this is what I mean with, like, she feels old. Why is she having a discussion with someone else's mom? Like, why is she being so mom-coded? Oh, God. She's hanging out with Rosa, who has mom energy. She's hanging out with Miss Erin, who has mom energy. She keeps calling back to her mother, who has mom energies, by virtue of being an actual mom, and her mom specifically. They said I have a good option for college. She has a scholarship for track. A scholarship for track. A scholarship for track. Anon O Mous. A scholarship for track. Wasn't the whole fucking point that his dad was going to pay for it? Giggles titter out. Jesus fucking Christ. Is she gonna be shipped with fucking Samantha? Like, I'm all for cucking the Ripley of all people, but the age difference is a bit much for me. Holy parental pressure. Wait, she is going to date Nasser because she and Nasser share the whole golden child problem. Which feels a little on the nose, but whatever. It's also really weird that the golden child is... Shouldn't the situation be that Anon is considered the golden child because men tend to be preferred in these situations? You know, then you can have some light sexism to go along with your heavy racism. And Anon doesn't like any of it, so moving out is partially because she wants to be in a situation where she's not constantly told, it doesn't matter what you do, just go marry some rich husband or whatever. Didn't say scholarship or being paid for college. The problem is that sentence implies that someone's paying for college, and how the fuck's it gonna be Anon? Holy parental pressure, Batman. Actual line and barrel of Moose. I'm not against the core concept, but I feel like Anon's the kind of person to say that, and not Ana. Good old anal. Just school stuff, worrying about Anon. God, we're making no progress. Make things awkward as hell. First to being okay, to share a table with Fang, gave me the silent treatment. Math was a different ballgame. It's fucking math! You don't have to work together with anyone. Destroyed her in public. Honey, you're 18, and you realize I was already pregnant, and if you get an A in this class, I'm going to need to take some personal initiative. Well, you know what they say. If nobody's gonna do it, you might as well do it yourself. Doesn't make Toku's the silencer reach out to talk to me. Was unsure how to broach it. Can't blame him. Unsure with Nasser and the girls. So Nasser, you and Anon, thank you, Naomi, for hammering my piece into the dust. The track captain. Why would you ever call him the track captain? Unless you particularly respect this position about him. Like, again, you know what? I'm gonna have to make an executive decision. I'm pretty sure he's actually fucking with us. I'm just gonna fast forward to the end on this. Like, the ending literally ends like this. Welcome to the club, with Fang going like, oh, your sister let you down. And I think the thing she did is she didn't show up. Yeah, she didn't. She missed him doing the fucking... I don't get this. And I'm pretty sure this guy's fucking with us, especially with how Samantha gets retooled into a position that doesn't make sense for her to be in. Like, there's so many tiny changes that just accumulate to... Swanfather, please stop drinking lead paint. It's not a replacement for beer. Jesus. I think I'm kind of done. I think we're gonna go back to the fic that does in fact actually, you know, do something. How many chapters in was I on that? How many chapters in was I on that? Is a great question. Man, it is rare for me to just straight up give up, but Jesus fucking Christ! I would like to point out, right, that if I'm correct here, this entire thing is like just talking about like I need to invite her to my thing. I Mrs. Erin and Homek. It's so much back and forth communication between characters where I'm like, bitch, your reader already knows this. You don't need to explain this. I do want to know what Anna's doing instead, though. Like, I'm not even sure what the fucking relationship is. A big problem I have with a lot of what these things do is that they often try to go for the golden ending, and I'm like, bitch, get out of here. Write some dramatics. Write something sad. Again, between, like, the weird racism that is neither low-key nor appropriate, it's just really weird, man. But yeah, it's all just basically one scene, and it is dramatically overwritten. Are you kidding me? Wait, is Naomi intentionally moving her away? I mean, I guess that's fair. Did you think the DOS would be good? Oh my god, yeah. Swanfather is either hot dog shit at writing. Like, he genuinely doesn't understand why this is kind of a fucking problem. So, yeah, we're doing the very... I mean, it's kind of creative. I'm not going to give it 0 points for not trying, but fuck if it's not great. And it feels like you could have built to it better than this. Let's look at the comments, and we're going to call this a fucking hogwash. And I'm never, ever, ever doing anything from Swanfather again. I'm not bothering with this fucking anal cyst of a man. I'm done believing that he's capable of trying. Or intending to try. Might explain why he barely fucking writes anything. Is this another fanfic without a gap year? Why do college application happen before the school year ends? I don't get American education. Man, I appreciate that Armageddonus remains one of the few fucking... Remains one of the few fucking stabilities in my life, is that Armageddonus has got my back. Doesn't mean anything, but he's there. Okay, yeah, apparently Rita's gonna be shipped with her. Okay, cool. Well, great, fantastic. I don't care. I think we're done here. I'm washing my hands of this, and we're done. I'm not doing this. He will be doing a little bit of trolling, which is fair, but I'm not gonna fucking bother with that. I'm done. The point has been made. So where was I? I was asking myself the question where the fuck I was with this thing. I want to take responsibility. I kind of want to give it a go, as it were. These chapters are... they're not that big. But on the other hand, maybe I should just cool down and go somewhere else. Schrodinger's cringe. Either he's a dumbass or a troll. You can be both. Why can't he be both? Why can't he just be hot fucking ass?